It seems there were 13 containers carrying cargo including chemicals such as calcium carbide and low sulfur fuel. In addition to this, there is oil spill. So what I think is like the containers which were having all these materials, they were sealed in a better precaution, and I think we could contain most of this quantity at the source itself. And it seems there are initiatives to retrieve the containers as well as the vessel from the source where it sank. So probably the availability of these materials towards the coastal side is going to be comparatively much low. When it comes to calcium carbide, if it gets in contact with the water, it generates acetylene. That is a known thing. But if the quantity is going to be very less, this is not going to harm. So the quantity and quality of the substances which are coming in contact with the seawater is going to decide the fate of these substances. When it comes to refined oil, it is comparatively less dangerous than crude oil, because refined oil is comparatively less denser and it is going to form a small film on the surface of the water. If this is spreading towards the coastal region, this film can create problems to sedentary organisms such as mussels and clams, seagrass, seaweed meadows, soft corals, whatever is available, hard corals in any form it is available, or other sedentary habitats such as mangroves. The signals of such changes in the structure because of hydrocarbons are evident even for long term, for even 3 years. So in the coastal ecosystem, we feel like sedentary organisms are going to be the sufferer if the quantity released is on the higher side. But with the type of mitigation efforts our entire team is doing, starting from central and state agencies, the effort seems to be worth enough to be appreciated. So I think we will be able to contain most of this material within the source itself, and this is not going to create a lot of problem. There is no need to worry as on now. Our sampling also indicate similar thing. With respect to the protocol, what we are doing for protecting the marine life when in case of an oil spill, in general, it is at the source they try to do some sort of boom protection so that the oil will not be contained to other region. And when oil spill is happening, there are different numerical models which will indicate the dispersion of this oil to different spaces. Our study clearly indicates that it is moving towards the southwestern part, and INCOIS has given an oil spill prediction also. This also clearly indicates that it is moving towards the southwestern side. Southwestern side of Kerala is very prominent with small scale fishing activity during this particular season. With the weather which is not of conducive nature, there is a statutory warning issued, and with this incident happening, the small scale fishermen are not active in their fishing. It's almost like a fishing ban happening in this region. So as on now, the short term management measure what we have taken with respect to this incident is like we are temporarily banning the fishing for a certain period of time. Based on the analysis, the state government will issue directives how to take it forward for a long-term plan. When we see the long-term impact, generally if the plastic material which are there, they will get weathered into microplastic. The amount of microplastic will increase in the sea. But in general, this microplastic pollution is happening because of the already existing plastic in the sea. It is a what we can say a regular problem the scientists who are dealing with coastal pollution facing. So that is with respect to plastic and related materials. The other elements which are getting in contact with the water, the chemicals we have described in the first question. If the calcium carbide is forming acetylene, if the quantity is very less, it is going to it's not going to create much problem. Even the oil spill, it depends on the quantity. By the time it reaches shore, most of it will get evaporated, and whatever remaining which is coming to the coastal areas, it may affect the sedentary organisms as I mentioned in my previous question. So in the long term, we have to see the samples what we are retrieving from the different ecologically sensitive areas and see like whether these signals are creating any impact on the ecosystem. It will be based on strong monitoring and assessment what we'll be doing in the coming days as long as these signals are evident. I see that when the fishermen are losing their fishing days, in general they go to the sea for more than 200 days in a calendar year, but of late because of the extreme events what are happening, basically cyclones, strong winds, bad sea state, like extreme weather events, it reduced their working days considerably. In addition, these inclement weather conditions create problems such as what we are facing as on now. So in the long term basis, what is going to happen is like the small scale fisheries is going to have a big toll on their working days. They will be hardly able to go to sea for 100 days. And the small scale fisheries, they don't have much reserves also. They depend on whatever they get on a daily basis. So if the number of working days are going to be very less in case of small scale fisheries, this is going to affect the community. When this activity happened, the weather was inclement and there was a statutory warning for the fishermen to go to the sea. No fishing was happening in this region. After the incident happened, also fishing is not happening in this region, and temporarily as a short-term management measure, there is a statutory ban on small scale fishing also in this location. So the fishes what are coming to the market is not from this region. So as of now there is no problem, but we will study the long term impact on the fishes, and if there are any issues we will be coming up with notification. But with the present information on the quantity and quality of the substances which have come to the shore areas, it clearly indicates that it is not of a big amount which will be creating a major impact on the coastal resources. So we are closely monitoring the process, and we will be coming up with warnings along with the discussions we have with the state fisheries government officials and other related government bodies.